a remarkable filmmaker and social media content creator with dual citizenship in Romania and Spain. She has become a prominent voice for Palestine, using her platform to critique Israeli policies and highlight the struggles of the Palestinian people. She believes that supporting Palestine is rooted in conscience, not identity or religion. Through her satirical content, she educates audiences worldwide on the injustice faced by Palestinians while confronting threats and censorship. So, welcome, Nicole Jenes.
Thank you very much for having me, and congratulations for this amazing project and for everything you do. I think it's very important to have this type of sittings and to talk with the heart.
Thank you so much. Actually, this is the first podcast all over the world that collecting people and gathering a community of resistance people from all over the world. So I think this is amazing idea.
That's amazing. I'm honored. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you.
I love this type of ideas, and congratulations. I made this project educate as many people as possible.
Thank you. So, Nicole, first of all, we have to know how your story with Palestine began.
I never know how to answer the question because I don't know where to start. Maybe from the feeling of justice that my mom and dad planted in me, and the feeling of please have critical thinking and never believe what you see. You have to research. And I think it started there. It's not only about Palestine, it's about, as I'm saying all the time, and I don't mind repeating myself, it's just being a human and having the capacity to actually make your dig the information and don't take everything that it's just a junk food information. Whatever they are giving us, we have to believe it. Now make your own meal, put your own recipe, put your own ingredients, so you can have a proper meal with all the calories that are good. So it's first of all is the sense of justice that every human being should have, and second of all, it should not exist the question why we're talking about Palestine, because that is what makes us human. I cannot understand, and I said it so many times, that I cannot understand how the world doesn't bleed like tears of blood when what they're seeing, and they are getting used to it. And we reached to a level to realize how brainwashed the people are, and it's beyond the level of worrying. It's beyond. They surrender to all this manipulation, which is it's cruel for them to stay in this situation of I'm manipulated. They know they are manipulated, and reality became conspiracy. So us that I consider us like normal. We're not heroes for speaking about it. Like the heroes are the people who are under the bombs, and because we're speaking about it, somehow like it's a courage when it should be normality. And this is the problem. Normality became a conspiracy theory. That's worrying me a lot.
By the way, you told me before that you have your own story with your father, how he raised you to have this critical thinking and not let your mind to be under the brainwashing.
Yes, I used to. Me and my older sister, because I have another sister and another brother, but us because he used this method on us that we used to hate it. And the method was like, you're not allowed TV until you're 15. You're allowed all the books in the world. You can study all the books in the world, and you can read it, and you can create your own imagination. And second was a very natural life, basically farming and having our own animals, our own farm and vegetables and everything. The love for the land and the love for providing and to have curiosity is what's lacking in the world right now. And I didn't realize that I was like put on the test when I was little. Like, be curious, love your land, love your roots, read books, like feed your mind. And I am my own experiment that nowadays I'm seeing all this fast food information that everybody is consuming, and I'm making the comparison. And me and my older sister, we used to hate our dad. Like, what do you mean we're not allowed TV? We didn't understand it. No, not TV, not any type of devices until 15. But after 15, I realized that Not even today I watch TV. It bothers me to hear the TV in the house. So it had a lot to do. And of course, that's the merit of my parents. But I'm telling all the time, especially the new generation, take other ways as well. Because as you train your body and you take care of your body, you have to take care of your mind and spirituality as well. You have to feed it as you feed the body as well. So yes, it had a lot to do with
This is good. Nicole, you have described your support for Palestine as a matter of conscience. So could you elaborate what this means to you?
Well, first of all, another thing that I repeat, but not for us that we understand, I'm repeating for the world to hear. Can you believe that we reach to hear children telling us that it's wrong to kill kids and the adults are playing politics? Like, when they say it's too complicated, what do you mean by that? I cannot believe my eyes. I cannot see what's happening. I cannot see blood. I cannot see pain. I cannot see murder and genocide. What do you mean when you're telling me it's too complicated? While children right now, literally children from Gaza, they are teaching people, we saw journalists that are children, and they are teaching the politicians how to be humans while they are playing with their lives. Like, I don't know to what level we will reach in order to understand. Because for me, it's not valid anymore. It's complicated. We realize that we live in a world with, and saying villains, I'm going to be very nice about it. It's just a game where human life and any value doesn't have any price. Humanity should not have a price, but it has a very high price according to, I don't know, race, religion, the place you're born in. Like, they're trading all those things. And humanity should not have a price, but yet is the most expensive thing that we saw. Let's put the last 14 months, because we will add to that 76 years. But it became so expensive. And it's a currency already. Like, I'm looking at people around me and I'm really begging the question, like, are you pro-Palestine? They're saying, what do you mean by people that don't know about it? What do you mean by that? Are you human? If I show you a video with a kid or a woman or a man, it doesn't matter, a video from Gaza, what is your reaction? If you're telling me it's complicated, 1 year and a half back, maybe I would have sat down to explain you everything. But that first reaction, and I will ask you, what did this world did to you? What the media did to you? For you to see this, to see it, to hear it, it's basically live streamed and not having the reaction that a human should have. So we go to basics. It's not complicated at all because you're seeing it, you're hearing it, and still you're choosing to be blind.
But you know, it's a historical, political, and social issue, and there's many informations hidden from many people all over the world. So how we could describe to them the story, the real story of Palestinian narrative?
Well, first of all, it's what I told you before. The first shock. I am willing to show you. And I'm talking as a person who comes, like, as we talked before, from two parts of Europe. I saw the Eastern Europe and I'm from Spain as well. So I'm trying to show people, and I understand different types of mentality. And I live in Arab world. So I took a little bit from everywhere just to learn. First time is the shock. I'm showing you, look what's happening, showing you. I'm not describing you. I can literally show you how I speak on video call with a family from Gaza. And they can tell you what's happening. That's the first thing. And second of all, be willing to understand that you are a slave, that you don't see the chains. Be willing to understand that slavery right nowadays, it's in form of a mobile phone, a TV, somebody on TV who's willing to lie for the power, somebody on TV who's willing to feed you propaganda. It's not their fault, it's your fault as a human being that you are willing to still be that type of slave. Because every time you hear something, you're not questioning it. Here, my Spanish is going, it's coming up.
Okay.
You have to question everything you see. Because if not, it's your fault. I'm done with wearing gloves when I talk to people. No, but how do we take the information? How do we know when they are manipulating us? What do you mean? Are you telling me that you're surrendering and you want to have a leash? Because this is the thing, you have a leash. And you're telling us, yes, I prefer to have a leash because it's complicated, I cannot understand. Take a book. If you really want to argue about something, start from the beginning. Are you telling me you don't have the capacity to read? You don't have the capacity to hear? Where is the complicated thing? Like literally, we saw how this generation, the Gen Z generation, they took over platforms like TikTok and all the social media. They understood this. What do you mean? The generations from before, they cannot take a book and read it because it's too complicated? That means that you can put a tattoo on your forehead. I'm not capable, and I prefer to have a leash on my neck. From governments, I do not have a choice, and I prefer to live like this, with what I'm told. They're too fragile. And when we have blood and we have a genocide, we cannot take care of other people's feelings and be nice with them. Let me explain to you, because from your comfort and from your privileged life, I am so sorry to show you the blood that I'm seeing. No. Well, we should be done with that by now.
You think that there's a lot of people living like slaves in the world?
Yes, mental slaves, of course.
How?
Of course, and actually they are accepting it. Of course you live as a slave, a mental slave, when you don't question absolutely anything. When reality that you can see it and it's almost palpable, and you see everything, how they flatten Gaza, how they killed so many people, and you're choosing to say that it's complicated because you are not capable to take a decision for yourself. Of course you're declaring you're a mental slave. Your reality became a conspiracy theory because you allowed to be manipulated. You're declaring that you cannot get out of that circle of manipulation. So if it feels good, stay there. Stay there. We're going to try to wake you up. If you want to be a mental slave and you don't realize how the chains, they were replaced with all those sparkly and shiny devices that are manipulating you, stay there, but that is your fault. And life, it's this. And it's your responsibility. And if you don't have the spirituality to know who are you when nobody's watching, understand that God is watching. And many people, they don't have any type of faith. But life is passing. We're not getting younger.
Do you think that now, after 7th October especially, and what's happening in Gaza and in the world as well, we have the chance to freeing our minds?
We have the chance, if you want to take it. If they want to take it, the chance is there.
You have to catch it.
Yes. You have to want to catch it. You have to want. I understand people who are telling me, I am not capable to see so much pain. But understand that it's not your pain. And God forbid one day, you're going to need people's voices for yourself. God forbid you're in that situation. And you didn't do anything when humanity needed you. So the chance is there. Impossible for anyone in this world, even if it's the kind of propaganda manipulation news. Everybody heard what happened. But it's a choice. In the end, it's good and evil. Just choose it. God will never force you to take a decision. You have your freedom to choose. But you have so many options to educate yourself.
Yeah.
I don't have to be nice and take care of your privileged feelings. Remember that one day it can happen to you. You didn't do anything. That means you deserved it. So that's the thing. The chance is there.
Nicole, now you are talking as a serious person, but actually you used to use a satire and a humor way to critique Israeli policies. Why did you choose this approach on the social media platforms?
Because satire, it's a hammer that can open a closed mind.
Okay.
So because we live in this society that it's so sensitive. My aim, it's actually sometimes is to offend people. Because when you offend them, they have this need to come at you. We live in the cancel culture. Let's take all the terms that they like to use. The terms of their own game. Because everything is a game. The game that was invented when propaganda and manipulation from media started. So I take few ingredients from there to do my own recipe. So people feel offended. When people feel offended, they feel the need to cancel people. And in order to do that, they need to contradict me. But to contradict me, they need to study a little bit so they can contradict.
Okay.
So when they study, in that process, if that heart is pure, that heart will understand something. Or at least it will laugh. Because people like to feel relaxed. People like to hear a joke. And it's very difficult to do satire on
But do you
serious
think
things.
it's a time of laugh while talking about a
No.
serious issue?
No.
A genocide in Gaza?
No, it's not at all, but they need the ingredients. How can we wake up so many zombies? Zombies. Maybe they're going to look at the video because they're interested about the information. Maybe they're going to look at the video because they like the sarcasm or the satire. It doesn't matter how. If you don't want, if you don't want one ingredient, I'm going to give you 10. With one, you'll understand. If you don't understand, as I said, you're a mental slave of propaganda. So I think any way possible. And satire was always something very powerful because it was not something like a direct attack, but at the same time, it's like you're making a person relaxed, which was not my intention from the beginning. My intention was, how can I make people understand the truth? Because we're fed up to see how they are manipulating the lies. And for years and years, music, platforms, movies, series, they literally brainwash people for such a long time. Such a long time. We have to combat with this as well. We have to combat with art as well. Art is very sensitive. And when a person is willing to take one ingredient, at least, from that recipe that I'm giving, that person it's willing to open the heart and say, she said maybe it's right. Or maybe I feel offended. Let me study so I can contradict her, because cancel culture is such a big thing. And in that process, if that person learns something, so it's a responsibility in the end. It's like why should we do this? Because when nobody's watching, God is watching.
So it's kind of strategy actually that you use to make some shocks to the mind of zombies,
Yes.
as you mentioned.
Yes, exactly. Who's curious nowadays? Who's curious? Very few people are curious.
Yeah.
And the ones who were trying to wake up the people were the crazy ones. And the big percentage of them, they are zombies. They don't think. And you have to give them a stimulation somehow. Because if you see the serious news, they are too privileged to take, the serious news or many of them. Don't worry, I'm going to give you the same news in a different way. But if in any way possible you heard it and you did nothing, well, that's your fault.
But how did you make a balance between the humor and also talking about historical and political facts in order to support Palestine?
That's a difficult part.
Yeah, this is a challenge actually.
That was very difficult because for me it was to see the news every day, and they're very raw and cruel, and it's very difficult to recharge myself with all the information in order to see every little video and everything, like even in the humanitarian work that I'm doing, to see everything and how can I inform the people about such a tragedy? So many times I had this blank page syndrome of an artist that I cannot write the script because
Blank page syndrome.
Blank page.
Blank page
Yes.
syndrome.
Yes,
Okay.
like I cannot write it. I was too sad and I was too angry to write it. So sarcasm helps because it's not like the light humor. It makes me very angry, and the pen, I cannot cry anymore, so the pen cries on the paper. And it works like this. When Generally, when people who like to write, or writers maybe will understand me, when we cannot cry and we want to express the feelings, the pen cries a lot on paper. And after that, it comes the part with acting it. So whatever fireworks they want, I can give it to them. No problem. Tell me all the ingredients you want, I can give it to you. Just learn. Because there are so many content creators that I've met in the span of 1 year and a half. Each one of us were like, you need to specialize on something. Because they use billions and millions for lies and propaganda, and us with the truth, take it as a responsibility. I can do satire, you do a different type. How you're doing right now, the podcast. So each one we're putting the shoulder to help in a different way. So maybe we can touch the same public.
Yeah.
My public is very complicated because my public is a zombie one. They need the emotions fast. They need, all the algorithms and I'm coming from the 90s. Okay. All those things are too much. But you have to learn about those things. It's like the first 10 seconds, the span of attention, you have to be very fast. You have to catch the eye. Why do I have to come with strategies when it should be this conversation? It should be something so simple as study and see it with your own eyes. But unfortunately, yes, we have to come with strategies to tell the truth. Imagine how difficult for Zionists is to tell the lies.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how difficult it is to invent and base all the lies on all the propaganda and how much they invest in it. Because the truth is simple.
Yeah.
Even if we find different ways, it's beautiful, it's simple. We can talk, we can take the information because it's the truth and transmit it in different ways.
But there's a lot of distraction on social media.
Yes.
Remember that. Yeah.
A lot. Definitely.
So there's a lot of challenge for people like you, Nicole.
It's a digital war.
Mm.
Until now, I'm still standing. I'm planning to.
You're still alive.
Yeah.
On digital media.
On digital media, it's a very difficult war sometimes. But thanks God, it didn't touch me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm privileged to do it, to stay behind the camera, and may that be my difficulty. I don't complain at all.
Okay. How was the responding of your audience at the beginning?
To protect my mental health, I was not reading too much
at
the beginning. I was just focusing on the information. And actually, this is a new thing. I'm not a fan of social media at all. Mm-hmm. It gives me a lot of anxiety, social media.
Okay.
It's like for me, I'm finishing my work. I prefer books over or writing or whatever, but the phone. So social media itself, for me, it's like when I open it, it's like a pool of anxiety, but I have to do it. The response was positive depending on countries, but my aim was not to receive a positive answer. Mm-hmm. I don't want, if one video doesn't have something negative, I didn't do a good job. I want to teach someone. The praise, it's good. I'm grateful for the people who are supporting me. But people who are supporting me, they don't need to support me. People who are supporting, they know what's happening. I need the other ones to come at me. Mm-hmm. I like those to come. That's the challenge. Okay. And a lot of content creators need to understand this. When they are drowning in all the online bullying and negativity, it's exactly the result that you need. We're talking about the pro-Palestinian content, because that means it works. You woke up some of them. Of course, when the Zionist part is coming, that's just fun. You cannot reason with this type of people. Impossible. Like right now, I cannot sit down with a Zionist I cannot. I saw maybe very few cases of people who change their minds, mm-hmm. but there are very few that are so rooted in whatever it takes to inform people, I will do it. But when you see the evil they have, it's like...
You couldn't.
No.
Mm-hmm. But what about the conversation that you made between you and people on the ground, actually, especially because, many populations in Spain, Romania, and other countries.
Well, it depends on how privileged the person is. It's, how can I say? For example, if a person knows what necessity and hardship in life is, it has a different approach when they hear about something. And also I saw, for example, countries that people are really struggling with the work and they're really focused on the bread of every day. Those are people who understand on the spot, but sometimes they're not well informed because they're struggling or they're too focused on their own situation. But it doesn't matter from what country. What I observed, it doesn't matter. It's just an excuse. If you tell me last year the same date, I would tell you I have more patience with people. But right now, there's not a country in this world who doesn't know what's happening, even if it's a manipulated information. It's impossible. It's just you have to sit for 1 hour and start to read, to get out from the mental slavery. And people are going to hate what I'm saying because people are sensitive. But it's like this. You can tattoo here propaganda slave. I am not sorry for saying it because they have chances. I'm not going to be the one who's going to be, oh, don't worry, you're sensitive. Oh, you're sensitive? I saw a kid with a bag with body parts of its brother. That you're sensitive? It's like, good, don't worry. Let me tell you how sensitive you are. You're sensitive at the point of not being human. And they should be ashamed of themselves. And I'm unapologetic about it.
By the way, you have been vocal about the double standards in Western media. How do you think this impacts global perceptions of the Palestinian struggle?
I think it's one of the main issues. The media. Oof, I love the media. Love the media. Everything is just an agenda. It's a game. I don't know how to compare it and with what game. I love chess, so I would not compare it with chess. Like, I have one question right now about the journalists from Western media. How do they sleep? I don't understand. How do they sleep when they are forced to lie? They're not forced. They choose to do it. How much money or power of status it takes for you to live a life like this over and over again, generation after generation? Because we understand that Western media is manipulating, is lying, is creating a false image. It's very biased towards the Zionists. We know that. Like, everybody knows that. It's not like why they are there, because then the Zionists are controlling a lot of pools in the world, art and media and everything. Everybody knows this. And we're called anti-Semites. Like, really? You're from Poland. You're from Eastern Europe there. Your name is not Benjamin Netanyahu, it's Benzoin Milejkowski to hide your Polish roots. Like, who are you talking that it's Semite? You that come from Poland or a Palestinian that is from the land? And this is the thing with all the manipulation and we hate Jews. Oh, why would I hate Jews? If I sit down somebody, and I'm not talking type of Piers Morgan type of podcast when they don't let people talk and they're cutting.
Yeah.
But if you really ask the question, they don't know how to answer it. It's a circus at a level that it's not even funny anymore. It's grotesque. It's not funny. Oh, no, you hate Jews, you're anti-Semite. Really? Explain what anti-Semite means. And they don't know. Many people know that anti-Semite just to be against Jews. That's it. And if you ask them about Israel and when it was founded, and how can God be such a cruel God to choose only them? It's such a partial God. It's such a God who thinks that they're privileged and he hates the entire humanity and only those people are the chosen ones. Are you telling me with all the information you have in the world you're believing this? This is what we reach to this level, that are chosen people. Chosen by who? by the devil. And the media is still using the same old disc, over and over again. And I'm glad to see that people are not afraid anymore. They are, but not in the numbers that they were before. Like it happened, for example, with Mel Gibson. Cancelled his career, everything. Nobody could talk about Mel Gibson. Nowadays, it's not happening the same. And they are seeing this, but they're going to come up with, I don't know. If somebody is Jew, they're going to say self-hating Jews. Or they're going to find the term. And the sensitive people, they're like, no, I want to be a people pleaser for the entire society, and I don't want to be called that name. But that name, actually, you don't know even the definition. You're afraid of something because, again, you're a mental slave, and you have to get out from there. Or stay there. And now you should be afraid to be a mental slave. If you're afraid of so many nicknames, let's invent a new one. You're a mental slave. You're afraid, oh, I don't want to be called this, but do you know what that means? Because I have this, because I live in an Arab country. When I go in the West, they are telling me, so do you speak Muslim? I say, like, depends on the person. Sit down. Let me explain you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Like it takes such a small amount of your time to get out from that cage that you put yourself in. If you don't, stay there and tattoo what I told you on your forehead. And that's it. Life will pass. Another generation will come, and you did nothing to deserve to be called a human with humanity. Because human physically you are, but with humanity, no. They should be afraid of this labeling. Not afraid, ashamed. Because we give people the freedom of speech, and they can feel however they want. I can give the freedom of speech. Everybody can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
But let's have a conversation one-to-one, without interrupting and all the, the podcast and the social media. And when somebody wants to talk about the truth, everything is cut it, and it's like a race, Nobody can speak until the end. Nobody can say the truth until the end, because maybe the video is going to be viral and it's going to educate people. That's a problem. And information, yes, it's power.
Yeah. In your point of view, what is the most important changes you see that's happened after 7th October, especially in order to supporting the Palestinian narrative, especially on the level of youth people?
Well, social media was very important. And even if I was the one who targeted like a younger generation, I also have to say that I was very proud of the younger generation. Really, I was very proud. I mean, imagine right now in US, they are banning a platform like TikTok with the excuse of, oh, it's China, it's whatever. They should be proud of that. That's a win. Like it took for the younger generation to, even if they started as a trend, it doesn't matter. Even if it started because 10 of them, they saw something and it made a snowball and they educated themselves. It gave them purpose. This is what is lacking in this world right now. When everything is so ready, like literally you don't have to be curious for anything, and you have at one button, it's everything. And people lack passion, and people lack purpose in life. But when you feel really in your heart, because this is the thing, when God created us and gave us all the tools necessary to wake up in any situation, to act in any situation. And when something is pure in someone, eventually they will wake up. And a person without a purpose, you don't feel alive. So I guess those people who the system thought that they're tamed, they woke up because they saw a purpose. They saw you cannot side with justice in Hunger Games, and not side with justice in real world. This is the thing. You side with resistance and you side with justice in movies, and you are not capable to understand that those are movies and reality sometimes is even worse. So I think this is what they understood. And we still have so many that they cannot realize the fact that it's worse than what they see in some projects, in some movies or whatever. They don't know which one is reality and which one is a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. And speaking about trends, by the way, you have criticized this mindset, the thinking about trends. So, what do you think is the best way to remind people of the seriousness of Palestinian issue?
Well, talking about trends,
Yeah.
let's go into deep waters now. I was, not me, like us, people with morals, let's say, with values, that doesn't make us better than anyone. It just makes us humans with humanity, as I said before. When we saw all the people with platforms, celebrities, people have a responsibility. They do have a responsibility because the world is consuming their work and helping them to reach to a level and admiring them. And you see everybody quiet, afraid, declaring again, I'm a moral slave to the system. Everybody quiet. Why? How much money does it take for you to speak up? It's just a hashtag with we pray for you? No, we need your voice. We need you to inform. And we were going to have time later to talk about other things, to get ourselves involved in other things, because life is very short. Right now, because a lot of people got, bored with their privileged lives, so much pain, so much information, they don't want to see it anymore. It was a trend at the beginning. But if you eat once, you're not going to be hungry tomorrow. If you have humanity today, tomorrow it's not necessary. If you breathe today, tomorrow it's I don't understand. It cannot be a lifestyle. Like humanity for you, it's a trend, right? It's not a lifestyle. You cannot take it every day. And I told you before, I reached to a level that I don't have the patience to tell people, like, please wake up. Just understand that we are still in a digital fight. We are still in a genocide. Don't get bored. I understand that you have your vacation and your nails to do and your shopping to do, and it's so difficult. No. Just talk with them. And in this manner, I'm tired of having to put, the soft gloves to talk to people.
But how we could break the policies of social media? The policies
Yes.
supporting the trends. But we
Yes.
have an important issue, actually, and genocide.
There are many ways.
Okay.
We need people willing to speak up. To give you an example, we know that the first 10 seconds in Instagram, for example, those are the ones that are the system and the algorithm is seeing. And if you have anything that doesn't respect their norms, they're taking down the video. Simple rules. Like you can literally continue to talk about it. We cannot fight at levels of all the censorship that we're having. We cannot, because it's their platforms. We know that Facebook and Meta and the majority of the platforms, they're controlled. But if there is no more people to manipulate, what they're going to do when they're giving us the fake news? Go to other platforms. Let's make other platforms. Let's combat their movies with our movies, their voices with our voices. That means we're surrendering because they are better than us? No, they're not better. They're liars and they have propaganda. We have the truth. It means come together, do something. It's not just about doing the videos and talking on social media. There are levels and levels. For example, there's a Zionist podcast. You're doing this podcast. That means you are combating their project with yours. There are movies or series that are talking against and they are brainwashing people and they are hurting the entire Palestinian truthful narrative. Well, there are so many people in this world with so much money that they can do it and come together and we can do project to combat this. Those are the levels that I'm talking about. Because again, I'm sure if they see this podcast, it's like, look at them. They're trying to find all the strategies to defeat us. No. No, it's not about defeating you. No, it's about the lie and the propaganda is too disgusting and too big, and we are worried for humanity. Don't take.
Actually, we are.
They cannot take it as a compliment, because it's not a compliment. Like you literally kill kids for living. Sit down, because it's not about yourself. Is this because I'm thinking, like, no, we are proud because the entire world is against us. Well, maybe you should understand that maybe you are the toxicity in the world. Not the world is not against you. The world is it's against murder and genocide and all the bad things that we're saying. So I'm talking about, forget about only social media. I'm talking about the willingness to put yourself out there and to understand that the levels and depth that it reached for years and years when everybody was sleeping.
Do you see that this genocide actually exposed many kind of battles and the struggles that we live in our life?
Oh yes, definitely. And I will give you the example of in my life. I'm going to talk about myself. I changed my priorities completely.
Okay.
Like
how?
I want to give you an example. If I liked some activities before, or for example, I was very into traveling. Right now, I cannot breathe if I'm not on the ground with the responsibility of helping the people in humanitarian work, or I cannot prioritize. I made a picture of myself that I like so much, or a video of comedy that I have. Any artist, we have this type of ego.
Yeah.
I'm talking of
social
the good
media?
one. Yes. Forget about yourself for a while. It's like put everything you have and understand that you need to prioritize values over what makes you feel better. Because all this social media, and I saw this trend a lot, how do we go back to what we used to post on social media? Are you serious? This is the problem that we're having right now? I understand people live from social media and they have brand deals and they have their entire life. I do understand it. I cannot be a not reasonable person. Combine it, take it with you, take it as a lifestyle. Don't use the excuses not because I'm saying so. I cannot obligate you to be a human, because you should have this responsibility. And as I said, like my priorities changed completely. Things that I liked to do before, and I was prioritizing like very superficial things, daily things, whatever. Right now, it's like even if I have a problem, I don't feel that problem is so big, because I know there are bigger problems in the world that require our attention. It's like, how can I complain about, I don't know, whatever. I cannot give an example, a pair of shoes or something, finances or whatever. I met so many people, so many Palestinians, like thousands of them on the daily basis. And I'm listening to the stories like, Nicole, I lost absolutely everything. And not only me, but generations and generations and generations. It's like, and I'm thinking, how can I complain about my life? It's okay to complain, but learn how to put your values and how to prioritize in your life, and understand that we are all going the same place, the ground. We're not living forever. You have to understand what's coming after. And as I said, it made me more spiritual than before, a lot more.
Let's talk more about your life away from social media. By the way, did you sleep well during this genocide?
No. It's
No.
a big no. I don't. I sleep. I have a very bad schedule of sleeping and eating and everything, but I'm good. Thank God I'm healthy. I feel an energy that I don't know where it comes from. I mean, I do know. It's God there protecting. And I will choose not to complain on anything. I'm good. Thank God I'm good. It's nothing that I can tell you of my problems will compare. It's gonna be at the level of chit chat. So, yeah, I feel like when it comes from the heart, blessings are coming. Really, I'm telling you, when it comes really from the heart, the blessings are coming. When you do something and you're putting God into it as well. It's amazing, the feeling, honestly.
But what is the most scenes from Gaza that affected you?
Everything, especially, of course, the children. I think I reached to a point that I was not capable to take in emotions, and I think it was a blockage or somehow. And lately, I'm like bursting again, and I'm crying again, and I think it was like I entered the bubble to protect my mental health, and again, it's not about me, my mental health. It will be fine.
Yeah.
It will be fine. I always say, like, Nicole, with my type of artistic thinking, sometimes a therapist will need therapy after talking to me. But I cannot pinpoint when I saw people burned alive. And the thing that destroyed me the most was I was talking with this kid and his family for a very long time. And it was a daily basis. I talk with a lot of people on video call, people from Gaza. I was afraid of this. I woke up one day and I saw on the news, because we were talking on the daily basis, are you okay, where are you? And I saw it on the news on one platform. I saw his picture that he was martyred. And that completely, I mean, I talk with so many people, but that kid particularly killed me completely. And I said, it's not an excuse to give up either. Because it's
How was your feeling at that time?
full desperation. I cannot describe, and rage. I don't like to let people see me crying. But in that moment, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I realized that also it's not about myself, because the family was passing through something harder. And I don't want to diminish other people's feelings. It's not like because we are on the outside, like people are not suffering. No, absolutely. But to make a comparison, there are worse things. This is what I'm trying to express to the world, that there are worse things and you need to prioritize everything you have in life.
Nicole, you have described a journalist in Gaza as heroes who
Yeah.
have told you unexpected life lessons. What kind of lessons?
I'll put myself in their shoes. Or any human, and I'm not talking about only the eagerness to fight for their freedom and liberation and to inform and keep that torch of information alive, which one of the most heinous crimes that we witnessed since 7th of October last year, as not only the journalists themselves, but the information and the freedom of speech, the basics of humanity was attacked and butchered in front of our eyes. Like, I don't think I can put myself in their shoes. I didn't live anything remotely in comparison with what they're living, and they're still out there with that vest to show the world, even if they saw for such a long time that there's barely movement, political movement. How can I say that, I don't know, the heroes that we grew up with, Spider-Man, and impossible to say that they're heroes for me. When you see those people, it's like, where do they take the courage? Like, we know the courage from faith, the courage from believing in a cause and understanding. And I heard one of the journalists saying this, because death is not the end. And that moved me a lot. It moved me a lot. Like, it's really a cause where you put your life into it. And you put your life for years that they don't want to listen. And how can you compare yourself when I see BBC, CNN, whatever? Oh, yes, the journalists, all the journalists are the same. You said the one who's staying with AC in your desk lying, and the other journalist who's trying to show you raw images and the truth. So when they had this free press, everybody's wearing it as a fashion statement, free press.
Yeah.
Where is the free press now? And where are all the journalists around the world talking about this right now? Fashion statement in your office with your AC, complaining that you went to a protest and somebody, I don't know, throw a little bit of pepper spray in your eyes? And you call your fellow journalist collateral damage? why it's not permitted for Western media to go there and show us. It's not permitted. Because when you target journalists, it's because you are in full-blown war with the truth. And it's not even sad, it's enraging because people are not seeing this. They are so manipulated by the TV, but what about those journalists? That you see them today and you don't see them tomorrow. Freedom of press, freedom of speech, democracy, ladies and gentlemen. Such a beautiful concept that we're seeing. It's grotesque, like the circus reached to limits that I cannot comprehend.
Do you think that there's a large group of young people now understanding everything about what's happening in Palestine and really could do something else, something different in the future in order to dismantling the Zionism?
But they need to stay in the fight. In that good mental fight, they need to stay. Because we saw how if one person leaves the values fight, 10 more with a lot more funds and a lot more platforms and a lot more everything, they are replacing it. We saw it for at least, let's put not 100, it's 50 years. How was the evolution of manipulating the public? Right now, they cannot just wake up for 1 year and then they're not opening their eyes again. Mm-hmm. And they did, I'm going to say with quotes, a good job of understanding how the human mind works, like the evil part. And to give us, today I'm going to give you a platform. Tomorrow I'm going to show you how you can be famous. Don't watch those important things. No, because we can make you famous tomorrow. We can give you this adrenaline that you need. Don't think. We can think for you. You just take all the ingredients that we're giving you and live your best life. You don't have to worry about one thing. And it's a very easy life. It's relaxed for privileged people. They don't need to worry about, working on a farm to gain their bread. They don't know how is to love a land, to love a real lifestyle of what life means with all the technology. And actually combine the new with, I'm not going to say even the old, I'm going to say the important and the basic that a human should have. Oh, it's not enough, honestly. I'm worried. It's not enough for 1 year to wake up and then go back to not boycotting, go back to not informing yourself. That's the problem when you take it as a trend.
You think that we have another kind of level we must work on?
Oh, definitely, of course. It's
like what?
It's consistency. And I understand the part of the social media because it's what's working right now. Everybody has access to it. But the thing is, let's think at what levels we are fighting. If we're getting out of the free social media that everybody has on the mobile, go in any sphere of politics, of art, of movies, of whatever you can think of, and they have manipulation there. A million type of agendas, a million type of, we need people to combat at different levels and be willing to do that.
Do you see yourself as a fighter for Palestinian rights, or you still want to do more to be a real fighter?
I see myself a human, and I intend to stay a human. I'm saying just this because I don't want people to think that it's something difficult.
Okay, this is good.
Because it's not. It's not like I was a human and now I want to be a fighter. It's simple. It's just be human. It's going to come so naturally. Just try it from time to time at least. It's the willingness to understand that a fighter, you cannot compare, and I cannot compare myself with the people who are actually suffering this. Just be human and be willing to speak. What we're doing right now, we're fighting, we're combating for whatever ears are ready to listen to us.
So it's enough to be a human
yes.
to support Palestinian people.
Of course. Once you're a human, everything will come. It's a natural extension. It's impossible if you're a human and have the values and the feelings of humanity. It's impossible for you not to go into awareness, into researching, into helping. It's a natural extension of being a human. I'm not saying a physical human, having that humanity. It's really, people think it's so complicated. Just try for once. Try the first step. You'll see how natural will come. Or if not, allow me again to call them mental slaves.
Mm-hmm. What about the resistance people in Gaza, Nicole? What do you call them? Or how do you see them?
Well, resistance, like, why there's resistance?
Because there's injustice.
There's
well.
injustice, there's occupation, there is, like, I remember something when I tried to educate my sister on it.
Okay.
And I asked her, remember when I used to be a very bad sister and occupy your wardrobe? And I used to steal all your clothes, and she was at very high levels, very mean to me, like sisters, like, you cannot take this because that's injustice. And she has a very, very, very strong sense of justice. You cannot do that. You cannot alienate something from me. And now I'm telling her, imagine I'm taking your land. I'm taking your parents' life. I'm taking your house. I'm taking your food. I'm taking everything that represents you, that belongs to you, that it's yours. And I have the guts to tell you that it's mine. And not only it's mine, I'm going to make it culturally mine. And I'm going to call your food my food. And I'm going to call your custom my customs. And I'm going to bully you. And not only bully, I'm going to kill you. And I'm going to put you in an open air prison. I'm going to do all those things to you. And I'm not going to stop. And on top of this, I have a lot of money to convince blind people that I'm right. And not only this, I have also the power to have all the political power in the world, to give me all the weapons in the world. What would you do? So it's a basic feeling. We're going from the first one, being a human. It's resistance, something natural? Of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let me steal your phone from you. You're going to resist it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any human will resist it. Now there's another thing. As are those people who they crave violence, but they want other people to do it for them. You know, those people, when they don't want to fight, I'm going to call the police. Now, which is, okay, you have to. Like, it's a good thing, but...
It's kind of resistance, by the way.
Yes,
Somehow.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, if you as a stranger, I come to you and I take, let's say we don't know each other, and I take something from you, how would you feel? How would you fight back? Then you have your answer. You have your answer on such a small thing. Now let me put you a list like this of things and start from 1948 and start with Nakba until today. What would you do? And imagine that you're small and you see your parents martyred and you see your house blown into pieces and you see everything. What will you do? Because this is the question that everybody is running from. It's like, I could never do an... Okay, imagine right now that you see your kids being butchered in front of your eyes. No, but it's different. Why? It doesn't touch you. So it's very simple to actually sit people and explain them with examples from everyday life to understand.
So let's ask the most popular question of Piers Morgan. Do you condemn Hamas?
I condemn pineapple on pizza. That's it. This is the only thing I can... I condemn the inhumane regime of the Zionists.
Okay.
Let this be trend. Everybody should condemn that. Like, imagine Piers Morgan, that, like, for me, I have a personal issue. How can you ask that question when I'm literally coming to tell you what I just told you? Yes, but why don't you go to Gaza and do... If you have so many connections and the Zionists are loving you so much, Piers, why don't you ask to go if you're paid literally by a Zionist? I wanted to look at the camera. By Murdoch. He's paid by him. So why would I believe you when you're biased? This question was like something laughable at some point, but
Yeah.
you know that the people who are zombies, they do believe that. Yes, but he said, because he has a very important show, that we have to condemn who are the both sides, the missiles and the innocent people, the civilians.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think I can sit to talk with that man. I would get angry very fast.
Nicole, you mentioned that you would like to apologize on behalf of the Western world for its failure to support Palestine over the years. Could you elaborate on why you feel this apology is necessary and what it means for you personally?
Because the Western world and many countries in one way or another, they supported all those massacres to happen. And when people say it's not our fault when we voted for those politicians, I'm telling you, if you have the power to vote, you should inform yourself who you're voting for. I'm going to speak about Romania. We have, even in Romania, we have many settlements of Zionists in Romania. Look into your own backyard. I don't know, you hate Jews. We don't hate Jews. We have an amazing community of Jews in Romania and Eastern Europe.
You have just the problem with the Zionism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This ideology, this regime, this cancer of the world.
Yeah.
So when we need to apologize because we chose those politicians. If you have the right to choose who's ruling you, you also have the responsibilities to see what are their foreign politics. Because if not, you have a responsibility and you have blood on your hands. So when you vote and when they are vetoing the ceasefire so many times, those are representatives of your countries. So naturally, it's a responsibility there that people are not willing to take. No, you know, the politicians are all the same. Go to the streets, burn the streets down, not literally. Take your fight to other levels. But again, life is too easy. It's too junk food with no values and qualities. You know, when they say liberté, fraternité, égalité, and they are spraying people for expressing their freedom of speech against a genocide. So this is the responsibility of each country because everybody is voting. When they go to the UN, when they do all the assembly and when they are taking decisions, those are our representatives. Look who abstains, look who's against, look who's pro. And you're going to realize that from your country, you chose your representative. And if you don't like it, do something about it. So simple as this. Elections are coming. We don't care. Well, it might happen to your own country because many conflicts right now, it can burst in any moment. In that moment, don't complain because we're going to use only a hashtag for you. And that's not going to feel right.
Nicole Jenes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.